Hey everyone, my name is David Dunbar, or the Theme Park Evangelist. So I'm going to be doing one more vlog for you guys, and this one I'm going to be discussing how much my relationship with my current girlfriend and my final girlfriend, for that matter, has improved for just over a year without going into specific detail. But before that starts, let me pause the video for just about 30 seconds. I'll be right back. Alright, so now that I'm officially back, let's get into it. So, I met my girlfriend back in July, late July, early August of 2021. So, almost have known her for 2 years now. And how I met her was actually through the Ark Encounter. And when she originally started, she worked in guest services, but back then, guest services and missions were one department. And she used to be a very cute bus grader. I know she probably would punch me as a joke if she heard me say that. And I pretty much fell in love with her immediately when I first saw her out there bus grading. Like, well, as a crush, kind of more or less. And I started getting to know her, and it was Wednesday, December 1st, 2021. I was doing I think it was my second Christmas time vlog, and I was like, well, I really want to get out of work early today because I've been working a lot of hours for the Ark Encounter, and especially culinary. And I really wanted to just have a chance to go and vlog Christmas time. Otherwise, it was never going to happen. And I literally had brought a change of shirt, and I changed really quick, and I happened to bump into her outside the buses, and she and I happen to have the same friend as a bus driver, and his name is Bill, and I was like super excited to see her, and I complimented the Christmas outfit she was wearing, and she found that very complimentary, obviously, and we both sat near each other on the bus. I mean, me intentionally, and her because she wanted to be near her friend, and she turned her body towards Bill and talked to him the entire time. And little did I realize that the entire time that she was with me, that she was thinking to herself, why does he have to be with me? Why does he have to be on the same bus as me? Like, I really like this guy, and she was just trying so hard not to show it, and I was like this the entire time with her. So yeah, when I got off, I didn't realize until I was rewatching the vlog one day, just for the fun of it, and I happened to notice off camera that I accidentally, or on camera accidentally said, or actually acknowledged Katie without even knowing about it when she said her phone was dinging, and I said, yeah, mine too. And I really believe it was just because of the fact that I was so infatuated with her at the time. So there was another day that she came in to visit me at Deck 2 Snacks, and I was working Deck 2 Snacks, and I got so excited when she came up to me. And I don't know where I asked her, can I have your number? And her eyes got really wide, and then she said to me, I don't give out my phone number to anybody except for family for emergencies. And I said, I understand. No worries. And I really did understand. I've always been very understanding. And I never pushed it again. A couple of weeks or a few weeks later, she went home to North Carolina. And of course, I knew she was from North Carolina from the get go. And I don't mean the Geico or whatever, the gecko. I'm just being funny here. Anyway, so the whole time she was gone, I kept asking, is Katie back yet? Is Katie back yet? Is Katie back yet? And of course, I kept getting, no, she's not back yet. I was like, I know, I was told when she would be back. surprisingly. And Katie was really surprised that they even told me when she was going to be back. But I guess they knew that something was up, and they knew it was like David must really like her. So I was just counting down the days, and then she literally came back, and the day she came back, I was working at Deck Two Snacks, and she came up with her parents. I lit up. I literally ran to her and plowed myself into her because I was so excited to see her again, and I hinted to her dad that I was like seriously interested in his daughter, and he was not upset with me whatsoever. And she and her mom walked off somewhere else, and they noticed after 10 minutes, Dad's still missing. Where is he? Oh, he's still talking to David. And I think they figured out at that point that I was interested. And not too much later after that, I switched over to guest services. And of course, I forgot to mention that when I was working Deck 3 Snacks all the time, that I would go and hang out in Deck 3 break room, and I would join in their devotionals because I had nothing else better to do, because I never got to join in mine because unfortunately I was working in the on the Ark itself on the snack stands, and I used to listen to Katie share her prayer requests every single day. And that was another reason why I got to know her. And then, of course, whenever I worked on the Ark with Katie, especially the whole entire month of April, she would be up on Deck 3, and she used to keep calling, David, David, and she would be, like, laughing and giggling, mostly giggling, and just trying to get my attention. And I started to figure out over the period of 2 months, especially the month of April, that she also started to feel the same way about me. So I started getting nervous, and I was like, oh, man, I want to take this up to another level, but I don't know how to do it. And that's when I went and spoke to Caitlin. You guys probably remember who Caitlin is, and I was telling her how nervous I was, and she was like, oh, you should go and ask her. And I was just like, oh, man, I don't know. And I found out from some of Katie's friends that she had been interested in me the entire time, and she had been trying to hide it from me, and I had no idea. Even Tristan was telling me that he had told her that she should pursue me, and she used to intentionally avoid him because she was so afraid to get together with me. And turns out she had been in a very serious relationship, but unfortunately the guy she was with is no longer around, and I cannot say why or how. I just take my word for it. So it turns out she was just not quite ready to move on to the next level yet, and now she has no interest in letting me go whatsoever. And she actually said she loved me more than she loved the last guy. And I thought, like, when I heard that, I was just like, wow. I mean, that means a lot to me. So, finally, the time came for a chance for me to figure out a way to get her to take the friendship to the next level. So, my brother had been planning out his birthday, and me being as dumb as I am, I decided that I was going to start inviting people. And of course, Katie and I were Facebook friends at the time, and I was like, well, I felt like she was into aquariums for whatever reason, or she already had an annual pass, and just out of nowhere, I was like, well, I'm gonna invite her. I heard God telling me to invite Katie, and I was like, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm doing it. Excuse me. So I invited her, and she said, well, let me get back to you on that. So about within a week, she came back and she said yes, and I literally jumped up and down with excitement. Of course, nowadays she's like, you are my nutcase, but I love you. And back then she was like, okay, you're kind of weird, but like you're cute, and like I'm not gonna just say no to you just because of the fact that you're acting a little weird. Nowadays, she actually finds my silliness a turn on, and she actually pushes me for it because she likes to say to me a lot of the times, I need my happy David. And that means a lot to me. So, after we got everything arranged. I had spent the night before with my brother at his old place out in Cincinnati area, and we rode together in his car to the aquarium, and I was, of course, that's when I did my whole Newport on the Lovey vlog, and while my brother and I were in Tom and Chi, Katie came and found me, and Tom and Chi, and back then she had very short hair. And when she and I first started dating, she was wearing her green Newport Aquarium t shirt, and she was wearing jean pants. And she came in just to let me know that she was going to go and have lunch over at Five Guys, and then she was going to meet us over at the aquarium. And nobody even noticed her come in and leave except me, because I've always been very observant of her, and I never found her that weird to me. So everybody was like, where did she go? And I said, oh, she said she had to go over to Five Guys. And they're like, okay, we never even saw her. I said, I did, so that's all that matters. So she came and joined us over at the aquarium. She found me off to the side. I was one of the few that decided not to go on the walk. Once again, I did not feel called to do it. And I'm kind of glad I didn't once again. And I stayed there, and I was sitting on the bench, and Katie and I we're sitting apart, and this was the last time I sat next to her as her friend, and I happened to turn my head, so I was sitting on her left and she was sitting on my right. Well, she was sitting on, I was sitting on the left, she was sitting on the right, and on the bench, and I happened to notice this giant stuffed penguin she was holding, and I was like, where'd you get that? So one thing you guys probably don't know about me is I've always loved stuffies, as she would put it. I mean, not to the extent that she does, but enough that I've always been, appreciative of them. And I was like, where did you get that? And she was like, oh, I got it from the gift shop. And I was like, hold on one second. Let me pause this. Sorry, I had a message, not from her or anything, but from somebody else that I needed my full concentration on. So, yeah, she was like, here, I'll take you in there since, you want to go see it. And that's cool. Staff meeting stuff. And we went in the gift shop, and she showed me everything that was in there. And of course, I had already purchased my aquarium ticket that morning. And then she convinced me to get an annual pass. I'm glad she did, because we had so many amazing memories there over the past year. And we had only just started, and we decided to take the professional pictures. And we were just, walking around the aquarium, and we got about halfway through. We just finished up with the octopus section. And we got in that first tunnel, and she tilted her head back, and she batted her pretty eyelashes at me, and she goes, will you be my boyfriend? And I was like, yeah. Like, I honestly could have seen fireworks at that particular moment because of how happy I was. I have been waiting for her to say that for a long time. We're talking several months. So there was no hesitation there. And not too much later, we were just in shock. We were just like, I cannot believe we're dating. And this has just been one of those unusual relationships. We have had so many issues over the past year. I cannot tell what that noise is out there. Let me pause this. But yeah, we've had a lot of stuff going on over the past year. Sorry, my dad just got home and I didn't want him to see me in a tank top, so that's why I was like, oh shoot, let me go and change. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, more or less, just over the past year that we've been dating, I mean, I wouldn't say every day has been easy. I wouldn't say every day has been hard either. Our relationship has been like a roller coaster. We've had our ups and downs. But something we talk about constantly with each other is the fact that for every down we have, our relationship gets stronger. And for every down we have, our love for each other gets stronger. And the longer we stay together, the more we realize that God put us together for a reason. The longer we stay together, the more we realize that we need to be married to each other. And it's so crazy like that. I mean, I've never felt this way about a woman before until she came into my life. And I'm sure she feels the same way about me too. So, I mean, sometimes you don't know. Like I was even kind of sure that Brandy was the right one for me, and after I accidentally walked away from her 3 years ago, and she started saying that I was too much like her ex, I had a feeling that she wasn't the right one. But I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally screwed up with Katie. And she continues to forgive and she continues to say, it doesn't matter. And I feel the same way about her. I mean, you have no idea, guys, how many times that she's messed up. That she's actually upset me. But you know what? At the end of the day, I can never stay upset with her. Because I realize she's human, I'm human. And we're going to upset each other. It is what it is. And I still love her regardless. And it's one of those things. And I appreciate her for who she is. I mean, we both have a lot of flaws. We both are not perfect. We both have, stuff that we want to fix about each other. I mean, there's stuff about her I want to fix. There's stuff about me she wants to fix. But we've just learned to just love and appreciate each other for who we are, no matter what. And another reason why I know our relationship has grown so much, I mean, within just a month of dating each other, we were already going on our first trip together. If you can go on a trip with your significant other and get along with each other extremely well, you already know that you're meant for each other. And we have. And something that I discovered while we were on our first trip together was if we were already working well together, like working well as a team, like if you can help me with this, I'll go and do that. Like literally on our way back, we were in a really tough situation. Ellie was not feeling well, and we knew we had to get her home. And already we were working well as a team. She was willing to go inside the gas station and go buy something, and I was willing to take care of something else. Like I was willing to stay at the pump and pay for gas, and she was willing to go inside a gas station and get something else. And we just worked so well, and we were only together a month at that point. I mean, to me, I was like, wow, we are already working well together. And whenever I go to the theme park with her, I mean, aside from my own family, I really feel like we hit it off very well. And just seeing her get on her first roller coaster after dating over a year just meant so much to me. And I was so proud of her. In fact, she was so proud of herself. She went and got herself a Racer T-shirt. As funny as that is, as you guys saw it back on Monday, and there's so many things I could mention that I've seen growth in her. I mean, the number one thing I have seen growth in her is the fact that she's just learned to work on several different things, and just the fact that every time I give her advice, I mean, she may not work on it immediately, but gradually over time, over the past year, that every time I've mentioned something to her, she's been willing to work on it. I mean, I cannot tell you how much better I've seen her get at her job. I mean, for crying out loud, when she was working on the Ark, she went from just being a grader to now she's one of the best photographers and photo sellers for photo effects at the Creation Museum, and I think that's huge for her. I really do, and I mean, yeah, she. Some people might say, oh, she could be doing better with her life than that, but you know what? I mean, I could be doing better with my life than just working for guest services right now, or as a housekeeper or a janitorial department. But you know what? I still feel like I've come a long ways, and I still feel like both of us have, improvements we can make. I mean, for 29-year-olds, I think we're, on the right track, and we're always able to do better. And that's just all there is to it. So, how I want to end this vlog is, especially with my battery dying for that matter, I got down to 20%. I do want you guys to pray for us. If you believe in the power of prayer, just pray that we will continue to grow. We will continue to strengthen each other. We will continue to learn from our mistakes, and we will continue to love each other unconditionally, like we have been. And just continue to pray for our future marriage as we are looking to become one flesh, and you know this, and also just pray for us as we are eventually going to be seeking premarital counseling after we become engaged. Are we meant for each other? I mean, so far we have many signs pointing towards yes, but when I first started this YouTube channel almost 7 years ago, I was single. I never would have thought I was ever going to be looking for the right one, but here I am almost 7 years later, and here I am discussing marriage. And just like the Tim Tracker, I finally got a life partner that I can do my YouTube channel with. And I mean, there's going to be days when I'm going to be doing it by myself, but there are going to be days when I'm going to be working right alongside her, and I'm going to have her help. And then there are going to be days when she and I might be together, but we may not always be together the entire time I'm vlogging. So it's just, part of life. And I would say the hardest thing for me is the fact that when it comes to work, I mean, there are days when I really want her company so badly, but I have to understand that I can't always be with her at work, and she can't always be with me. But you better believe I appreciate those opportunities I get when I can be with her. You better believe it. Excuse me. So prayer is the number one thing I'm asking from everybody right now, because only God can help us fully with our situations. Nobody else. And I'm really glad I got this opportunity to share my heart with everybody regarding how much my relationship has improved. And I will see you guys in the next vlog. And always remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Have a great day. Peace out. And now it's time for me to go plug this Chromebook in.